So I'm really excited to be doing this video. This is it's a really special story for me. I use this story a lot when I talk to people about our universe and particularly time. It's designed to make you think about time, and it's designed to highlight that we live in a world governed by time, and governed by many other things: space, physicality, and all of these things. But it shows that we shape our reality on our beliefs of these things. So it creates the very nature of our thoughts, because we actually have a deeply ingrained belief system that is the foundation of our nature, and we don't get enough chances to look at this deep belief set and have the opportunity to change it, or at least think about it. And I think having our beliefs not necessarily challenged, but brought into light is an amazing growth experience. So yeah, this story is designed to show you that you have a belief on how time works, and once you understand this, you can start thinking differently, and then you can start realizing that you have so many of these deep intrinsic beliefs, and they are controlling you. And they might be right, I'm not saying they're wrong, but at least know that they're there. So you have, as I say, time, space, physicality, you have love, you have emotions, you have who you are, your ego, you have family, you have friends, you have beliefs on the way that the world works according to you. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you this story. And it's my story. So there. I don't think I probably was influenced by something or other, I don't know. Anyway, so there's this tree, and on this tree there is a single apple, and it's hanging by a thread upon this branch. And underneath the apple, exactly perfectly underneath it, is a yin yang. Now, the apple exists in our world as you and I both perceive it, according to the laws of our world, physicality, etc. Now, the apple drops, upon which colour of the yin yang will it come to rest? Or indeed, will it come to rest upon grass, or I don't know, on a pathway just down the road? That is the question. Answer. Now see, as you're probably doing, you're finding it hard to answer. You may have given an answer, but 90% of people I've posed this question to scratch their heads and they seem to think there's some trick and don't initially answer. And then I have to say, well, it's happening. It's gonna land somewhere, so you may as well, one answer is as good as the other, so just choose, and then go ahead and choose. You've probably said black, white, grass, or invented some other thing, like it lands on the back of a ladybird or whatever, or maybe it's landed exactly in the center of the yin yang, perfectly even. Who knows? You've given an answer. I'll assume you've given an answer, and you're not wrong. In our linear physical world, the apple drops, At that point in time, we don't know where it's going to land, but it's going to land somewhere. So we're all right. At that point in time, we are all right. Now, here's where I want to challenge your beliefs and to highlight that you have a belief. Rewind. The apple's back on the tree. Now this time, it drops. Midway through, exactly halfway through, let's say, so it's halfway equal distance above the yin-yang as it is from the branch. Now, it's not important exactly where it is, but let's just say time ceases to exist. Now, where does the apple land? And a lot of people now think about this, and they're like, okay. And pretty much, I'd say 8 out of 10 people will now say that the apple doesn't land. And if I had said that time stops, they would be exactly right. But I didn't. I told you, I said, that time ceases to exist. And that's very, very different. In our linear world, where we go from point A to point B and we cannot return, this is the law of time. Then, if time was to stop, then yeah, okay, everything freezes and the apple would hang. But that is based on a belief that we have that time is a straight line, that time is from A to B, and that is the nature of time. In our reality, that does appear to be the nature of time. But it's a very different concept if I say to you that time doesn't exist. Now, this is where, if you haven't thought about it before, our minds may have a bit of trouble actually understanding what will happen when time doesn't exist. And if we go back to the apple on the tree, it's halfway through and time doesn't exist. Now, no, it doesn't just hang there. If time ceases to exist, then the apple, halfway through its fall, is now everywhere and nowhere at exactly the same time. It is on the black, it is on the white, it is on the grass, it's still on the tree, it's halfway through, it doesn't exist, the tree is an acorn, there's the great future, there's no such thing as trees, whatever. If time doesn't exist, then the rules of time don't apply. And the rules of time in our physical world are, we go from A, which is the past, through the present, to point B. That is the rule of time, and you can't go back. So throw away that rule, and imagine what a world where time doesn't exist is like. Because you would be everywhere and nowhere at the same time. And this is a massive point at which understanding the universe comes in. Because the universe, I believe, is inside each of us. That lives your life as it does mine through every single detail, because we are the universe. And obviously, if I'm living right now and you're living right now, how can the universe be in both you and I? And it's exactly the same when people, religions talk about their gods as being omnipotent, or seeing, or knowing. The reason why the universe can do this, and the reason why gods can do this, is because they do not exist. And the universe does not exist in the same reality as we do. In the reality that they exist, there is no time. So that's how a god, the universe, can be omnipotent, because to them, they are experiencing each of our lives one by one. But then, because time doesn't exist, they can flip back in time or forward in time any time they want. So if you put this going back and forwards in time whenever they want for eternity, next to a linear timeline, what you get is that if you view this behavior on a linear timeline, then you get the illusion that this being, or the universe, is everywhere all at the same time, when actually the universe is experiencing each tiny millisecond of each of our lives. It lives your life right now. It is in you, but it's not in you at the same time as it being in me. It is completely contained within your life right now. But when you die, the universe, the experience, will go and try another life, and live another life, and live another life, and live another life. It has to live through each of our lives, and it has to do this for eternity and for nothing. I don't mean nothing as in no reason, I mean as an opposite to eternity. It does this for eternity, and it does this for no time at all, which I'm just going to call nothing. Because God and the universe live, inhabit, exist within a plane or reality in which time doesn't exist. So I hope that has made you realize that you have a belief of what time is, and that the opposite of time is not time stops, but that there is no time, which doesn't mean that nothing happens, but in fact the very opposite. Everything happens. And that's it really. Pretty cool story. Thanks for watching.